Welcome back, rum lovers, and welcome to episode 2 of our Discovering Grenada series. Today, we're visiting one of our favourite distilleries anywhere in the Caribbean, River Antoine Rum Distillery. This place isn't just famous for producing some of the strongest rum you'll ever taste, it's also one of the oldest working rum distilleries in the region, where centuries-old traditions are still very much alive. We actually visited River Antoine back in 2022, but because of COVID restrictions, we weren't able to take the distillery tour. So this time, we came back to experience it properly and see exactly how this incredible rum has been made using the same traditional methods for generations. From a giant water wheel and Victorian machinery to sustainable sugarcane processing, and of course, a tasting that I'll probably never forget, let's step inside one of Grenada's most historic distilleries.
It's one of the largest, oldest functional water wheels in the Caribbean islands that have been operating for almost 200 years. Built by G. Fletcher and Company, coming from London and Derby. We use the energy of this water wheel as it turns to provide power to the grinding machine. The water is channeled from the river, which is located a mile away from here, building a dam or reservoir to store water in, and releasing it through an aqueduct to control the flow.
The first thing that grabs your attention is this incredible water wheel, and it's far more than just a historic display. This wheel is still doing exactly what it was built to do. Powered by the flow of River Antoine, it harnesses the force of the water to drive the machinery that crushes freshly harvested sugarcane. It's a simple but ingenious piece of engineering that has kept this distillery running for generations. In a world where almost everything has been modernized, seeing a water-powered system like this still in daily operation is genuinely remarkable. It's a reminder that some of the best engineering doesn't always need electricity, just flowing water, clever design, and regular maintenance.
So, sugarcane take 8 to 9 months to mature. And once they mature, they cut down by using cutlass. Once they cut down, comes from the fields, from the tractor, and then it's loaded by workers to a conveyor belt.
Okay.
The conveyor belt power comes from the wheel as it turns. The one of our workers controls it at the top, averaging the amount that came through the machine.
Okay. Everything starts here with the sugarcane. River Antoine grows much of its own sugarcane in the fields surrounding the distillery. During harvest, the cane is cut by hand before being transported straight to the mill for processing. Timing is everything. The fresher the cane, the more of its natural sugars are preserved, giving the fermentation process the best possible start.
G. Fletcher and Company, London and Derby.
Once it reaches the mill, the cane is fed into the water-powered rollers where the sweet juice is extracted ready for fermentation. This crushing mill was built by G. Fletcher and Company of London and Derby, one of Britain's leading manufacturers of sugar processing machinery during the late 19th century. At a time when the British Empire was expanding sugar production across the Caribbean, companies like Fletcher supplied robust cast iron equipment designed to last for decades. Well over a century later, this mill is still doing exactly what it was built to do.
So this is where the water wheel provides power to the bearings as it turns. It gives its energy to the grinder, and the sugar cane will slide down. Once it slides down, we press the cane twice. So when it's pressed the first time, a worker will be standing here, collecting the phosphorus out and manually throwing it over again.
Okay.
The juices
So
of the
get as
pig
much juice as possible.
as much as possible. So the juices will fall underneath here, and then from underneath the grinder, it makes its way out down to that channel.
Okay.
So this is where it flows, all the juices going out to a connected PVC pipe outside, heading to the next building we call the boiling house.
Nothing goes to waste.
Once the sugarcane has been crushed and every last drop of juice has been extracted, you're left with a dry, fibrous material known as bagasse. At River Antoine, nothing goes to waste. Instead of being discarded, the bagasse is dried and used as fuel to fire the boilers that power the next stage of the rum making process. From the mill, we made our way over to the boiling house. But before heading inside, we stopped to look at the bagasse pit beneath the building. Looking down into the pit, you can still see the glowing remains of the bagasse as it burns away. Built in 1785, the boiling house is where the next stage of the rum making process takes place. Once inside, you see the original copper pot stills. These have been at the heart of River Antoine rum production for generations. Here you can see the journey of the cane juice through the boiling house. The fresh cane juice travels along a PVC pipe on the wall before entering a receiver where it's collected and filtered before moving through to the first copper pot. From there, the juice makes its way through each pot, gradually moving closer towards the furnace. As it progresses, the heat increases and the juice becomes more concentrated as excess water is slowly removed. In the first pot, the boiling process begins. The cane juice is heated for around 45 minutes before it is carefully hand ladled into the next pot. This process is repeated from pot to pot, with each stage increasing the concentration and developing the character of the future rum. By the time it reaches the final pot, the juice has been transformed significantly. It's then transported down this little funnel into a separate cooling pot, ready for the next stage of the production process. One of the highlights of the tour was getting to try this traditional method ourselves. We grabbed the ladle and had a go at moving the hot liquid from the final pot into the narrow funnel. And guys, it was a lot harder than it looks. There you go. Oh no.
No, I don't think I'll get a job here. Twist that wrist. Go on. She's Grenadian, so it's natural for her.
And after that performance, I think I've earned myself a little spot on the wall here. Rum Love was here. Jokes aside, having the chance to get involved in the process really gives you a new appreciation for the skill and tradition behind every bottle of River Antoine rum. This is a place where nothing is rushed and every stage is carried out using the methods that have been passed down for generations. As we leave the boiling house behind, you can see just how much history is contained within these walls. The next stage of the process takes us to the fermentation tanks, where the magic continues and the flavors of the rum begin to develop.
They were built in the year 2002, replacing it from originally the wooden barrels.
Okay, so they would have originally been stored in.
Yes. But it got too old and the juices started to leak off it. So in 2002, they built the concrete tanks to replace it. We have 9 tanks in this room built. Each of them holds 2,400 gallons. No yeast, no chemicals, no preserves, and no additives, no heat. It's room temperature juices being fermented by sugar and wild airborne yeast, carbon dioxide.
Okay.
Fermentation in here takes only 8 days. After 8 days, the sugar breaks down to 14% alcohol. It's considered to be a high volume of wine. And then they're going to remove from that vat 600 gallons at a time, batch by batch. And they're going to be pumping it through PVC pipes, going out to the bigger stills, distillation to create that white liquid.
Okay. Fermentation is where the character really starts to develop. Wild yeast gets to work on the sugars, creating alcohol and those bold, funky flavors that Rivers is known for. And once that fermentation is complete, it's time to turn that wash into rum, using a distillation process that is just as traditional. And then here we have the big boys.
Alright, so this is the distillery, and we have double side that we use for heating, firewood, all types.
Okay.
We're also going to be using the river water for cooling of the alcohol also.
Okay.
So after the fermentation, the 600 gallons that they're pumping out comes out from a window, running through the stainless steel pipe, entering into the heat exchanger. They're going to remove from the 600 gallons, 300 gallons from the fermented juices, where it releases down into the kettle to be boiled. And as it's being boiled, the alcohol is going to be evaporating into steam. That steam leads up, going through the 2 small pots in the middle, and then it's going to return back into the heat exchanger, but separately entering into a coil. Because they're using the energy of the steam to warm up the second batch of juice. And once it's warming it up, the steam is going to release out, going down into another coil, surrounding it with cold water for it to condenses back to liquid. And that liquid is our white rum. From here it goes into the bottling room. We're going to check the alcohol strength. If it's less than 75,
Back again.
that's right.
Back again. And what if it's more?
They keep it. And when we're ready to bottle it, we dilute it down.
Okay.
So Rivers Rum has created 2 strengths, but originally they started with only 1 strength. And that's the 75%, 150 proof.
And then the 69% is only so people can travel, right?
Exactly, and 69% was made after 9/11.
Okay.
Because any alcohol that exceeds the 70% is considered to be too flammable for a plane.
I did not know that, you know.
Well, every day is a learning day.
Yeah.
So that's why they're made the 69. For any spare parts that we need.
Yeah.
So much pressure builds up.
How long do they last roughly?
Roughly about 25, 30 years.
Yeah,
We have the bigger fires underneath the bigger pots. Using a mixture of mango trees, mahogany, cedars, palm trees.
That's
for
a
heating.
big fire, boy.
Yeah, very true.
With distillation complete, we follow the rum into the bottling room. Here, the alcohol levels are carefully checked to make sure everything is exactly where it needs to be before the rum is bottled, labelled and packed by hand. It's the final stage of a process that's taken us from freshly cut sugarcane through fermentation and distillation, and now we have the final finished Rivers Rum.
This is a 69 and 75.
So that's the one we're used to. We haven't tasted this one
The
yet.
75?
Yeah.
Okay, well, come to the right place.
Dangerous.
Some say correct. Yes. So first they check the alcohol strength from the distillation. 0, 70, 70 to 100.
Okay.
Checking the density of the alcohol. If the water concentration is higher than the alcohol, the hydrometers will continue to float like this right here. But if it increases higher than 75%, it drops to the bottom. That means the alcohol is more potent, it's more pure. So they will take anything higher than 75, which can go to 85-90%, and store it into the tank right behind you.
Okay.
While if it decreases less than 75, that means you have a higher water concentration. And taking it out, they will place it to that holding tank over there.
Okay.
And then we use an air pump to send it back up to the top to repeat the process.
Okay.
The bottling process is done right on the table there. The machine's not conveyor belts. But they're going to be using igloos.
Okay.
Tubs.
And then they hand scoop.
Not really, they use a bucket.
Okay.
So they're going to use a bucket to pour the rum into with a cheese cloth tied at the top.
Okay.
And that's our last stage of filtration because the rum will be pumped into barrels like this one here. They check the strength. If it's higher than what they want to bottle, they add the water. And then they take the bucket, pour the rum into the eagles. There's a knob on the eagles, bottle it out from there.
Okay.
One at a time, bottle by bottle. This machine over there is going to be using to seal the caps. And then it's ready for the local market. In this little area, they're going to be using $1,000 a day.
Wow.
100,000 a year.
Wow.
It's a very minor process.
So what's in here?
Rum.
Okay.
Rum. Good rum that is ready for bottling.
Okay. Well, I'll take one of these.
You can carry it.
Let's see if we can get it on the plane.
That's right.
One of these, yeah?
And then came the tasting. And this is where things got a little bit hairy. Now, we're well versed in the 69%. This is the rum that holds so many memories for us. Family, Grenada, good times. So we knew exactly what we were getting into. Or at least we thought we did. Because then they brought out the 75%. And let's just say, those extra 6% definitely made themselves known.
69 first? Ladies first. Yeah. 69. That is all from sugar.
Okay.
This is how we
Come. 69%.
This is how we do our rice. Grenadians find this is cheap. They give it so much of content that we have seen. So they want to
That is really good.
that they not mix it. So you don't find they have a lot of so red to see that.
I'm hot and I'm sweating, but it's going down a treat. So most people's reaction is probably not the same as our reaction just now, but I love this stuff. Ready?
Ready, here we go.
Talk about it. 75%. I know. But I hear that it tastes smoother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
Wow. That's 10 times better than. I wish we could take this one, man. Okay, I found my new favorite. We just can't taste it nowhere else but here.
Unfortunately,
A few moments later.
We thought we were ready for the 75%. We weren't. Surprisingly, it was smoother than the 69 we'd been drinking, and it almost tricked us into thinking that we had things under control. Then it showed us exactly what 75% means. Panic, sweat, regret, the rest of the day written off. Safe to say that that bottle is for the serious rum drinkers and Grenadians. This is Rivers Rum. Over 2 centuries of rum-making history with traditions that are still very much alive today. A true piece of Grenadian history and culture. And whether it's the 69% or 75%, respect what's in your glass and always drink responsibly. One love, rum love.